All right, next cast. Same side of the river, river left. We're gonna pretend now that the wind is blowing upstream. So you couldn't do a traditional double spay snake roll if the wind's blowing really hard. What you want your fly up above you, because if the wind catches your fly while you're casting, it could come back once again and hook you. So always think about that hook on that fly. So wind's blowing upstream, I'm river left, and this is once again a two-part cast. All right, this cast is snap T on the off shoulder. And what we're gonna do is set this cast up so it goes up above our body so the wind doesn't catch it. So I'm gonna lift the rod, and as the fly breaks tension, I'm gonna snap my rod down, and that's gonna bring the fly up above me there. And that's how we want this cast to start. This is just the setup. Flies up above you. One thing you wanna watch when you do this, you wanna watch your snap and make sure your fly doesn't come back and hit your rod. Because if you're doing any lead or the hook point goes into the tip of your rod, that's pretty good indication that you're gonna break your rod the next time you cast it or you hook a fish or you get a snag. So flies down below you, I'm gonna lift the rod, just basically snap it down and come back to my starting position. Here's my starting position right here. Rod's pointed downstream. I'm gonna lift the rod up in the air, basically draw a backward C and snap the rod right back down to my starting position, and that's gonna set up this cast. Flies below you, you're ready to cast again, you're done with your swing, you lift the rod, bring it right back to where you started. That's it, that's the setup. After you have this cast set up, I'll do it one more time. After you have this cast set up, you're gonna then sweep the rod all around your right shoulder, and this is where a little more body motion comes in. Sweep the rod over your right shoulder, your upstream shoulder, and cast it out in the direction you want to cast, whatever angle you choose to fish. So now I'm going to combine the two. I'm going to do my setup, and I'm going to do my cast, and then I'll explain the cast. Here's the setup. We're set up. I'm going to sweep it around my right shoulder, cast it over the top. Breaking down the casting portion, once you get your setup down, after you've set up and you're ready to cast, you've snapped the fly's above you, your rod tip's here. The rod tip should never go any lower than this point. If it does go lower, it dumps your belly into the water above you, and that basically unloads your rod. So after we do the setup, the rod starts here, and from here we don't want to bring it up and then down. You just want to have one consistent upward motion before the cast. So I'm here, now I bring the rod up and over the top. Fly is down below you, you're done with your swing. You lift the fly till it breaks surface tension, bring your rod right back to where you started, then you sweep it up off of your upstream shoulder and come over the top. All right, once again, after we've set up the cast, our rod tip's back at our starting position, which is here. We sweep it up over our upstream shoulder, and you bring the rod up about a 45-degree angle off your upstream shoulder. From there, the rod curves over the top, and then you go into your firing position with your hands nice and high. And you stop your rod tip high to create a loop in your line to accelerate the fly out. Flies below us, we're done. I'm gonna do the whole cast. Bring the rod back to the starting position, sweep it up 45 over the top. That's an off shoulder snap T.